Today in India, we consume about 180 to 200 billion dollar worth of electronics consumption, right? Out of that, basically about 25 billion dollars are basically semiconductors which get consumed in India, right? And today, almost manufacturing is almost zero. Even the semiconductor products which use the manufacturing facility is also very minuscule in the nature, right? So if India has to basically realize its potential, $1 trillion digital economy is not going to happen without electronics and semiconductors, right? I think those are the two essential drivers for basically future economy. Demand is very high. We have one of the world's largest market. Now we have to put all of this together to build the products and manufacture them as well. I think India today is offering the best of the incentive under the PLI policy. So 50% capex incentives for basically different kind of the fabs, semiconductor fabs, display fabs, compound semiconductor fabs, and basically many variants of this thing. One thing to make the semiconductor dream a reality, we need to build much more electronics products out of India, right? If we really need to create a long-term sustainability, we need to increase the market share of an Indian electronics product in this sphere.
After that thought-provoking interaction, it was time for the next discussion: IT-OT convergence, managing cybersecurity risks.
I feel vulnerabilities have not increased, their exploitation has increased. They were always there.
Okay.
But we need to be very careful because now we are connecting OT with IT. So risk is increasing manifold because the cyber criminals are looking at ways to exploit you to make money. Their intention is majorly to make money, but otherwise also, you might have read a report that in the coming times, these threats would be so much robust that they can become almost weaponized. Sure. They can do a harm to a human life also. So we have to start pondering what to do and just not go with the flow, but be very, I won't say conservative, but be very careful while taking the next step, evaluate all the risks and take a very concerted effort towards mitigating them, only then implement. Though productivity increase is the prime objective, but to be safe is equally important.
See, any new technology, and for that matter, digital, also brings opportunities and challenges together. Okay, so it is our duty that we move ahead with the opportunities and take care of the challenges also. Similarly, digital has brought a lot of opportunities for the manufacturing sector, but it has also brought the challenges also. Challenges in terms of connecting the OT and IT network. Okay, today, earlier, in fact, around 10 years back, the OT IT networks were air-gapped. They were not talking to each other. But now with cloud coming in, with digital coming in, so we have a lot of opportunities where we can leverage the new age technologies to take benefit of that. But for that, we have to integrate the OT and IT networks. Our duty is to protect our the assets or information going out. So it is very important that we have mitigation strategies in place to take care of these challenges, especially on the information security.
I think that now manufacturing has really, waken up to cybersecurity. That is a very good thing which has happened because, they really see that there is a lot of cyber attacks happening, especially on manufacturing. Last year to this year, we see a 300% increase where cyber attacks are concerned. So yeah, so you can say that yes, everybody is really, ready and geared up. See, before understanding OT and IT convergence, we need to understand that, from where it starts. Now, IT, when we were securing, the first thing is this confidentiality. Then comes the integrity and then the availability. That was the, the triage which we were following, that this is how you need to maintain your cybersecurity posture. Now with OT, what happens? It is reversed. Now with OT, the availability is the top priority, right? Because if my boiler or my robot goes down, I have a huge production loss. So that is the change. So these two together need to, now work together and take IT and OT hand in hand. You can't say that they both are separate.
If we always trust that we have a experience and people who has a lot of specialization in different IT profiles, different IT strategies. The same for the OT. The OT people that we have a really impressive engineers, industrial engineers, electrical. Why we are not going to have a cyber OT approach? Because right now is what we need. I've seen a lot of organizations in my experience that try to achieve the same protocols, the same way to monitor the networks, the same things in the same team. So why we cannot bring together people who can understand what is a proprietary protocol or what was not secure, you know? So we need to put all the efforts into bridge that OT-centric approach that I'm kind of not saying that we need to isolate that. We need to work together, but we need to have different profiles in each expertise because that it's only going to bring benefits to that.
Cloud has the potential to transform businesses, and that was the topic of the next panel discussion, Raising Your Manufacturing Game with the Cloud.
Everything goes on data. We talk about data, data, data. But what's a problem is there is requirement of security with that. We don't have strict laws in this country right now. And, you know, all of our personal data is out there. You know, whether it is going to be, you know, we talk about autonomous vehicles, we're talking about cloud, you know, we're putting the data on the cloud. We have, you know, all sorts of information. And I think in the automotive sector, everybody loves this new technology, but is there security to it? So I think that is something that really needs to be looked at. I'm sure with cloud computing, this is something that can be worked on. We need to upskill, skill, retrain workers. And I think that is something that is very important. And I think cloud and all of this is helping, and we need to keep working on that.
I think in 2022, in manufacturing, speed, its culture, and strategy and execution for morning snack. Okay, so speed is crucial. And cloud can bring speed and agility. I think there is going to be a swift move of operational applications to the cloud for a number of very strong reasons. It gives a lot of agility, better visibility, and the ability to innovate and iterate faster. A couple of the concepts, the industrial metaverse, it's about creating immersive virtual experiences where people can collaborate with each other and they can interact with the equipment, a digital representation of the equipment that is connected live to the shop floor, to the factory. That's one way. The other way that industrial metaverse can change the game is providing a simulated environment. This is a safe environment for people to optimize the equipment without really tinkering with the running plant. And then when they figure out what are the things that they want to do with the model that turn out to be good ideas, then they can roll those into production, into the physical world.
Recently, before 4 or 5 years, we have put up our plant, state-of-the-art plant in the UK. In the cloud, I think we have done a lot of the work in the supply chain also. We have done a lot of the work in the automation also. And we will be able to run the plant by remote access. We can do the installation commissioning of the plant by remote access. And at present, we are doing production planning tool. We are taking the dispatch planning tool. We are also operating this warehouse management. We are also operating many tools so that we can see our visibility of the product, batch number and inventory management, and also aging of the stock remotely and virtually. Currently, we don't have the server, all the operation on the cloud. If you take the production cloud, so I can see my production right now from my mobile. Which factory is making the production, which factory is under breakdown, what is the region of the breakdown, and how many workers in the factory are working, what is the cost of the operation I can get tomorrow on my mobile. The manufacturing facility also connected with the cloud. Our depot also connected to the cloud. Our distributors, we have, I think, 5,000 distributors. They are also connected to the cloud. And our 5 to 6 million retailers are connected to the cloud.
The event culminated with a comprehensive view on how to implement Industry 4.0, embrace smart manufacturing, and start implementing new emerging technologies to compete in the global marketplace. And with that, it was time for the closing remarks of the summit.
Our focus was, of the day was creating a smart manufacturing ecosystem to drive India's growth story. And for this to happen, to have Atmanirbhar Bharat, smart manufacturing is the only way forward. Smart manufacturing is about the whole connected ecosystem. It needs to address quality, productivity, security, safety, resilience, leveraging cloud. It has to be business-led and be customer-centric. It is enabled by technology and people, but it's driven by the boardroom commitment, mindset, and culture.